Good morning. It is Friday. Welcome to Fridays with Sue and Steph. I am neither Sue nor Steph. I'm Kamira this Friday, and I'm here bringing you a special edition of our Your Teen Live broadcast. I'm here with Courtney Krieger, and she is with the Maltz Museum of Jewish Heritage. She's going to tell us about the museum and especially about their Stop the Hate program and ceremony. Welcome, Courtney. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you for having me. Very exciting.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're excited. We're excited to hear about the programming and how families can use the programming to have difficult conversations and enlightening conversations at home.
We definitely at the Maltz Museum of Jewish Heritage, we educate all ages. And I know specifically we're talking about tweens and teens. So I want to let you know that the Maltz Museum is first of all, it's in Beechwood, Ohio, which is near Cleveland. I know we have Clevelanders listening and people from all over the country and the world. We are located in Cleveland, Ohio, and we are a museum of diversity and inclusion. We talk about I would say challenges. We talk about immigration, Jewish immigration from the 1800s on, and what happened when they came to Cleveland, Ohio. And they had challenges. They didn't speak the language. Maybe people didn't hire them. They couldn't get jobs. And what happened? How did they survive? How did they make a living? And we talk about to students, well, they created their own businesses and they hired immigrants. They rose above their challenges. Unfortunately, we had problems even in the 1800s, 1900s in Cleveland, Ohio, where immigrants couldn't get good health care. We talk about Mount Sinai Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio, where they couldn't get good health care. Doctors and nurses, Jewish doctors and nurses, weren't even being hired. So Mount Sinai was created. It became the nickname Everybody's Hospital, the People's Hospital. And so they hired people from minority backgrounds, and they were able to have patients even that didn't matter the color of their skin, their religion, the language they spoke. And that's what we talk about when students come in to our museum. When your children come into our museum, we talk about the challenges that Clevelanders faced back then. And even if you're not Jewish and you don't have a Jewish heritage, you might have an immigrant background. Your people even might have been forced to come to America, and they were treated very unfairly. And we talk about that. We have part of our museum is about, it's very hard to look at, but we have an adult KKK robe, and we have next to it a child's KKK robe. Now that is hard to talk about, isn't it? And that's one of the things that we allow our students to really look at it first, look and see, what do you feel? What do you see with these objects, with this robe? And what do you wonder about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? And we're a museum that asks these questions to all ages. And how can we rise up, help ourselves and each other, and respect our differences?
You have family programming at the Maltz Museum.
Yeah.
I was looking at our comment section. That's why I paused for a minute. Can you tell us a little bit about the family programming? I believe you have it in person, but you also have online programming for those who are not in your immediate area, right? Is that correct?
Right now, actually, we are getting back to in-person programming. This will be our first year of in-person family programming for the last couple of years. We are having a beautiful children's exhibit from May 11th till I believe mid-August. You can look up on our website, and it's called Chagall for Children. And we talk about Marc Chagall, and it's an interactive though. And the children will interact with the pictures, and they become the artists. We want the children and the families to encourage not only through art, but encourage being together and also being proud of who they are through the art. And whatever art programs we have, we'll have once a month. So we'll have we have a kickoff, May 15th, Sunday, May 15th, all day, a Chagall kickoff. Again, this will be on our homepage, our calendar page at our website, all this information. And we'll have a June, July, and August family programs. And it will be all about art and how to express yourself, be proud of who you are through color. And it's just so, it will be wonderful. And to have it in person.
That sounds great. What types of things do you have online?
Well, right now we will have lectures online as well. And we do have a lot of lectures are for the adults. So families, I would say adults, maybe high school and over. Our family programming we did do during COVID, which was online. We're trying to get back in person for family programming.
We're here to talk about something special that you guys have happening soon. And it is the award ceremony for your Stop the Hate program. What is the Stop the Hate program?
So we have an amazing program called Stop the Hate. And it is for 6th through 12th graders where they can express themselves, who they are, who they want to become, and a place where we can hear their voice because they're important too. And our program is about, we give out, a special donor gives out over $100,000 in scholarships to students, and we have scholarships and grants to schools and teachers. And we have 2 tracks in our Stop the Hate program. This is for, by the way, I know we have audience listeners all over America, actually, maybe the world, but our program is for, we have 12 counties in our local area. And again, all of this, we have a Stop the Hate website that you can look at. And it's for our 6th through 12th graders in those local counties, where we have a songwriting track, and I'll talk to you about the songwriting track first. The songwriting track, Maltz Museum partners with Roots of American Music, which is also based in Cleveland, Ohio. They go in, they as a teaching artist will go into a classroom and with the students create a song about how to stand up, be proud of who you are, but maybe there are hardships, whether it's racism, ableism, body shaming, whatever it is that the students are experiencing either themselves or know about it in their, friend group, that they can have a voice and they create a song. It's so amazing. And what they do is with that song, we create a contest, and the schools then will compete against each other and will win those, the first and second place winners of the middle school and high school will receive a grant to further their anti-bias education. So it will continue for future. I will tell you though, that if any school, so you can check out, if you're in our area, you can ask your teachers, your children's teachers, any school who participates in our workshops will receive a participation grant. So even if your your class does not win the big prizes, we feel it's still so important that anti-bias education continues, that you are the winners. As long as you participate, and we have different ways that you can still get grants for your schools. So that's the songwriting part. The essay part is more of an individual student part. The group we partner with Lake Erie Inc. of Cleveland, Ohio.
Mhm.
And again, they send a teaching artist into the classrooms and they start just like the songwriting, maybe through poetry. They figure out ways to get the students talking about who they are, what challenges they may face in life, and get the students to share. And that's not always easy. And then the students end up creating an essay, their own personal essay. And the essay will be 500 words or less about a challenge it has to be a true story. And it's about something that they have faced in their life or someone they know. Maybe something happened on the bus and a racial slur was called to them. And what happened? And then how did they rise up with that? Did they go to a teacher? Did they start a club in the school talking about differences and how it's okay to be different? Is there a cultural club that they started? Whatever it is, they speak about it in their essay. Then the second part of it is there's a contest that they can submit their essay to. And just like the songwriting contest, the essay contest, they compete against people in their own ages, their own grades, excuse me, and they will then be honored at an award ceremony, which will be this Wednesday night for everyone. The world can see. It's free on Zoom, and there's a link that will be for you to see. You can register. It's going to be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm sorry, April 13th, Wednesday night. And this is where you're going to be able to see our finalists from the songwriting contest and our finalists from the top 20 essay finalists and all the schools that will win different grant prizes. One thing I do want to tell our families that are listening is that both students get to use our Stop the Hate tour. They get to go, whether it's in person in our museum or whether we have a digital tour, which actually you'll be able to get a link to our digital tour as well. Anyone can use it. Adults can use it. And it will tell you the things that we talk about in our museum. Like I told you about the KKK robes. But really, it will start the discussion, right? It starts the discussion of hate. Are you born with hate? Is hate learned? What about love? Are you born with love? Is love learned? And all these interesting topics start, coming out. And so during these workshops, that's where they also learn about our objects. And we call it object-based learning in education. They're learning, the objects are starting to talk to them. And we want to hear our students speak out.
So that's very valuable and useful for parents and for educators. They can use your digital tour.
Yes.
And they can use the examples that you're setting with the songwriting and the essay writing to do at home or in schools if they're not in your immediate area and eligible to participate.
Right. You do not have to, if you want to use our Stop the Hate digital tour, you do not have, that's a separate, you don't have to participate in our Stop the Hate contest to do that. That's for anyone.
So you mentioned that there are students, part of the essay writing is that the students not only have to talk about an incident, but they have to discuss how they rose up. Can you give us a couple of examples how young people are rising up?
Wow. It's amazing to know, like I told you before, I mean, we have many, but there are students that if they we have Asian American students who created an Asian American club at the school, and
Mhm.
also made sure that there were non-Asian students in this club. And people wanted, other kids wanted to be in the club, and they learned about the different cultures. But this came out of bullying, right? This came out of bullying. And this student rose up, said this was happening, but not only was this happening, what can I do about it to educate people on the stereotypes, right? And then through that process of the club, other cultures, students started sharing other cultures, right? Because they were different themselves. It's really an amazing feeling when you see not only this happening, but young people doing it, right? That just proves that we as adults, parents, educators, we can learn from our children. We can learn from our students, right? That's why they need a place for us to hear their voice.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now, just to clarify, for the award ceremony next Wednesday, the 13th, right?
Correct. Wednesday the 13th at 7 p.m.
Is there a fee for that?
No, it is free. By all means, come and join us. And it's a very wonderful feeling. I know sometimes when we watch the news, when we hear of people ourselves being in hard places and situations, it's draining. It's really hard. And sometimes this is what our children and our students are going through. But then there's this layer of I'm inspired by these students. There's this layer of where you see the cloud through the storm, and these students inspire me to do better, right? Not only for myself, but for others. And these are students inspiring me. They're my teachers, and they're the future. You're raising the future, right? And it's incredible what they have to say and sing.
And sing, which I won't do, but I love how you said that, because if there are people who are outside of your area saying, well, why would I want to watch this? That's a good reason to watch with your family, is to be inspired and hopeful. And we've talked about that a lot lately, about how to help teens and tweens be hopeful and resilient. And they really must have repeat exposure to the good in the world. And this is an opportunity to do that.
Kamira, I want your audience to know, the parents out there, that even if you're not in the Cleveland area, I want you to know that you could look at we post the essays, we post the songs. It is there. So if you want to, listen first, read the essays first, and then maybe take some of those essays and read them with your children, by all means do so. I think what's beautiful about this also is that other tweens and teens hear these messages, and say, wow, I'm not alone.
Yes.
I'm not alone.
That's important. That's critical. That's actually a really good point to end on. That's how you can use this to let your teen or tween know that they're not alone, and look what others are doing, and maybe inspire them.
Right. Absolutely. And we are here. We also are a resource. If you have questions, if something's happening in your school, we could definitely give you other resources to help you, whatever that situation may be.
Courtney, thank you for joining me today on this Friday morning. This is valuable information, and information that's going to help. I hope that people are able to join you on Wednesday to cheer on these students who've already done a lot of wonderful work.
They did. They're our teachers.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Kamira, and your Teen Magazine. This has been wonderful.
You're welcome.
We hope to see everyone Wednesday.
I'll be on Wednesday. I hope everybody else is on Wednesday. We're going to wish you a happy weekend and hope to see you Monday when we will be back live on Monday at 10:30 a.m. with Behind the Scenes. That's our panel discussion. We have a lot of fun on Mondays. And remind you that on Tuesday, actually next week will be Monday also. I'm glad I remembered to say this. Destination College, which is our college summit. It is usually on Tuesdays. We have one exception, and that exception is this coming week. It will be Monday. On Monday, we will be talking about paying for college. If you aren't registered for Destination College, please register so that you can join us Monday, the one Monday this coming week. And even if you haven't watched the previous Tuesday episodes of it, when you register, you will receive the replays of those so you can catch up and you can watch it on Monday and then see the subsequent Tuesday. Also, when you register, you are automatically entered into our grand raffle. The prize is an SAT or ACT course from Sylvan Learning. That is a $1,200 value. So that is a reason alone to register for Destination College. But know that you will receive the replays, recordings of all of our sessions so that you can go at them on your own time, at your own pace. Thank you again, Courtney. I appreciate it.
Myra. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And remember, stand up and speak out.
Stand up and speak out.